The Detroit Lions 2022 schedule and record prediction. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name's Jay. Thank you for hanging out. I know it's been a few days. Your boy went on vacation. It was great. Ended up fishing on the Delaware for a bachelor party. It was a great time. But I do have to admit, I did miss making these videos, hanging out with you, discussing all things Lions. Well, last night we had the schedule release party. Really, it was me, two buddies, just playing some Super Smash Bros, looking at the schedule, getting hyped about this year. So today I wanted to take some time, really look at that schedule and give a record prediction heading into 2022. Now, I will make one final record prediction right before week one. However, this is my early, before training camp record prediction looking at the schedule. So without any further ado, let's roll. According to last year's win percentages per team, when you look at it, the Lions have technically what is the fifth easiest schedule in the NFL this year. You compare that to last year, pretty sure we had the fifth hardest schedule in the NFL. So that bodes in our favor heading into this year, especially with an NFC that is not quite as strong as, say, the AFC. The AFC is going to be a bloodbath. So with that being said, wild card potential is definitely there. I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be right in the mold for wild card caliber, right? Because you're going to have your Green Bay Packers that win the division, or the Rams that I really think will win the division. You're going to have those guys, those teams. However, everybody jockeying for that wild card position, I think the Lions will be one of those squads. So without any further ado, let's look at this schedule. Week one is home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I do believe that the Lions come out swinging and punch the Eagles in the mouth, taking a W right off the bat. If the Lions are healthy, I really believe us versus Philly, that's a W. Now, you could point to last year, say, hey, look at Philadelphia on Halloween. We got smacked. However, when I look at our team last year and where we were at, a lot of the injuries by that week, by October 31st, the Lions were not at their greatest potential at that point. Quite frankly, our team as a whole had so many issues. But when I look at this team that we're creating now with some of the additions like DJ Chark, wide receiver, a lot of what we are building out, I think the Lions come right out of the gate, beat Philadelphia week one. Week two, we stay here in Detroit, and Washington comes to town. Washington's a bit of a mess. And by a bit of a mess, remember your room in the third grade? That's Washington. The Detroit Lions smack Washington, starting out the season 2-0. Carson Wentz probably breaks both his ankles that game. I think Romeo Okwara is going to give him a little bit of trouble. Maybe Aiden Hutchinson. Maybe Michael Brockers. We'll just go down the line. The Lions win week two. Heading into week three, we go away to Minnesota, and we put our first loss on the board. When I look at Minnesota, Green Bay, interdivision games, a lot of times I find myself seeing us splitting. However, with Minnesota right off the bat, going away, I think this is where we suffer our first loss. Minnesota is the type of team where, as I said earlier, when it comes to wild card, I think us and them will be jockeying for that wild card spot. Week 4, October 2nd, we come back home and we host Seattle. And this is a Russell Wilson-less Seattle Seahawks we're talking about. I think Detroit comes up big here, putting a W on the board. I just don't think firepower coming from Geno Smith or Drew Lock is going to have enough against our defense, which is growing, which is rapidly getting better and better. Hopefully, healthy. I really think our secondary is going to cause a lot of problems for the Seahawks. That's a W. The Detroit Lions, 3-1. Next up, we head to New England. We take on the Patriots in New England, and this is where we put up another loss. We have to see Matt Patricia out there, and we're probably going to get some camera Zoomers on him. It's going to be terrible. Nobody's going to want to see it. We do lose to McCorkle Jones and the Pats early. At this point, the Lions 3-2, and we have a bye. I hate week 6 buys. I hate early buys. I wish it was just later in the season so you have more time to rest somewhere in between. This is just early, and I don't love it, but it is what it is. Week 7, we head out to Dallas. Back-to-back losses. Dak Prescott puts up big numbers, and the Detroit Lions take another L. We are 3-3. Don't let your spirits get down. The following week, we come back home, hosting the Miami Dolphins. No, I do believe that Miami is probably going to pose a threat to us. However, Tyreek Hill can only be as good as Tua is, and I don't love Tua at the helm. I really think that the Detroit Lions take a W here against Miami. And riding high with that W, we then host Green Bay here in Detroit, and we beat them. Oh, we beat them good. And it's not the type of win where it's the last game of the season and Aaron Rodgers comes out halfway through the game. No, this is a legitimate W that proves that the Detroit Lions are on the right track here in the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers, your time is coming, because Aiden Hutchinson's going to put you in the dirt. That's a W, baby. Back-to-back wins for the Lions. So we're halfway through the season, and we are 5-3. That is a winning record, ladies and gentlemen. That's a winning record. The following week, we head to Chicago, and we suffer another loss. I hate it. I hate losing to Chicago, but Chicago seems to have our numbers. Now, I do understand that Chicago is in a rebuild of sorts. Maybe they're not going to use that word, but I'm going to use that word for them. They're restructuring, rebuilding a lot around Justin Fields. They're restructuring with a new GM, a new head coach, the whole kit and caboodle. I do believe that Chicago gets a W over Detroit. We suffer an L. 5-4. From there, we move on to the New York Giants. We are playing over in Jersey, and the Lions secure another W. And we make Kenny Golladay look real foolish for holding out for 18 mil and then just saying, nah, I'll go take 18 mil from the Giants. But then he's like, I got my 18 mil. You're the fool. And I'm like, oh my God. You got me. Lions securing another W. Danny Dimes can't get it done. We're 6-4. Thanksgiving Day, Lions fans everywhere get to watch Bills fans jumping through tables over and over again as they massacre us on live television. It's not even going to be pretty. But I'm going to be at the game. So that'll be fun. But we do lose badly. Very badly. Just probably disturbingly badly. That's all I got to say about that. We're 6-5. Following the Bills massacre of the Lions, we stay at home and we host the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a W. Need I say more? We're 7-5. Then we stay at home once again, hosting the Minnesota Vikings and securing a W. That's right, we are splitting with Minnesota. I think we take this W here late in the season. We get to see Amon-Ra St. Brown, highlights of him getting the game-winning catch last year. And this year, maybe it's Jameson Williams. Then we head back to the Meadowlands, you could say. Going back to Jersey, we get to play the Jet Skis. That's right, home turf for me. In a way, it'd be my home turf, but, well, anyways, we secure another W because they're the Jets. They're not, it's just going to be a bad year for Zach Wilson when he gets hit multiple times by Hutch, by Romeo Okwara, maybe even by Aleem McNeil, just sneaking in there and then doing that thing where he rubs his belly. I like that. That brings me joy. This leaves us at a 9-5 record. I know, it's tough to take in. But drink it up like Tuck Everlasting. The following week, we head to Carolina, and Sam Darnold just does what he did to us in 2017. Makes us look silly. We take a fat L against Carolina. From there, we come back home to play against Chicago. We're 9-6 at this point, and different than Minnesota splitting, we lose to Chicago twice this year. And I hate that. I hate that so much. Forgive me for even having to say that, But it just feels like those are where the winds are blowing. Chicago's got our number. It's not going to be until next year. Then we friggin' sweep them. But we do lose both games to Chicago. We're 9-7. And finally, we get to finish the year in Lambeau against Aaron Rodgers. And we lose. We do. We split with the Packers. We're a 9-8 ball club at the end of this season. Wild card potential. Now, I got to say this. There's a lot of these games that I really think could go either way. Carolina's a great example. I think the Giants are a great example. You look at Philadelphia, Washington. These are games that I really think could easily one or the other. It depends on who's healthy, what the game, how it all plays out. But truly, there's a lot of coin flip games to me in our schedule. The Lions, I do believe, could win as many as 10 games and as few as 7 games. I see us in between 7 and 10 W's when all is said and done. I am placing us at 9-8 in the hunt for wild card. However, anything could happen. We could land at 10, clinch the wild card, go to the playoffs. Jared Goff gives it the first W in a playoff game in way too many years. Some might even say 30. Is that 30 years? Oh my God. Or the Lions go 7-10. We miss the playoffs in the wild card hunt. Maybe we go 8-9. You see what I'm saying? I think the schedule is in our favor to win as many as 10 games. However, these teams, flip of the coin, we could only win 7, miss wild card. However, Dan Campbell gets Coach of the Year. That is my far too early record prediction based on no injuries or any more happenings in the league. But as it stands today, I got the Detroit Lions at 9-8 going for that wild card slot. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's the record going to be? What's the win ratio that you could see, the win threshold? How many is too many? How many is too few? Those words didn't come out of my mouth well. It's been a while, my friends. But that is it for today, and I'll catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.